No one can ever finish the syllabus for this exam. It's massive, especially the prelims. I think is the toughest part.
Read from the perspective of mains examination. Understand the story, understand the logic, understand the concept, and that is going to be the fundamental. That is going to be the basis for which or from which you can derive and deduce the answer of the prelims examination.
If you're keeping your sources limited, that's the best part. You will be done with NCERT revision within 4 or 5 days. You'll be done with, if you make notes like one diary, one page, one policy, तो वो जल्दी हो जाता है.
So you will never be able to say, oh, I'm completely prepared, I have everything. Revise what you have, and if you do the mocks, you'll have the understanding to know whether what is the element of how much I know and how much I want to guess.
अगर पेपर डिफिकल्ट है तो सबके लिए डिफिकल्ट है. दिस इज अ रिलेटिव एग्जाम. यू हैव टू जस्ट बीट द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल. यू हैव टू क्लियर द कट ऑफ. डू नॉट हैव टू टॉप इन दिस पर्टिकुलर एग्जामिनेशन. सो प्रीलिम्स में क्या रहता है कि इट रिक्वायर्स कंटिन्यूस रिविजन ऑफ द कंटेंट विच यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड, है ना, बिकॉज इसमें देखिए देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ फैक्चुअल इन्फॉर्मेशन.
So for knowledge, I focus on very basic books, something that helps me cover the ground, so that I have that base, and then I will work harder to improve that base, and that is what comes with mock tests.
Mock tests are the main thing. जितना ज़्यादा ये सब एक तरफ है. Mock tests are separate. Like if solving them under exam conditions for 2 hours, they can help you more than anything in the world.
Prelims में you have to write a lot of tests so that you develop that particular way of solving the paper.
Understanding that yes, this is a tough paper, this is how much I want to guess, or this is how much I know for sure. That comes with mocks.
ये जो way है of solving things, that comes only when you have practiced a lot of test papers.
In most cases, you will probably not know the correct answer. मेरे केस में hardly knew कि more than 40 से 50 answer correctly. बाकी I had to deduce and get it to the through various means.
I believe that there is an equilibrium of a range of questions where you get the maximum marks. For me, that range was attempting 90 plus. I have also seen students who attempt 70 to 75 and they score more than me. So it varies from person to person. And how do you identify that? That identification is important. That can happen with mocks.
Basically, you will realize कि कुछ particular चीज़ें होती हैं. Suppose say number of questions you want to attempt. है ना? So for me, I personally realized कि I am going to attempt around 85 questions because I was continuously seeing that whenever I attempt this particular number of questions, I am getting a good score. है ना? I will recommend कि आप भी at least 80 questions attempt कीजिए. है ना. If paper obviously is very tough, then maybe 75 to 80, but personally I will recommend please 80 plus questions रखिए, है ना. But that again depends on you. कुछ लोग I've seen a lot of toppers, they used to do only 65 70 questions. Their accuracy was very good. So that will come from solving papers. आप खुद अपना realize कर जाओगे कि यार ये particular range of questions है ना, which when I attempt I am able to score very good marks.
When you are starting with something, go for accuracy before attempts. Many other people say कि यार attempt कितने question करना है. Doesn't matter. Many people have scored attempted 65, got 60 correct and then cleared the examination, or 63 correct out of 65. Many do 90 correct and then 25 incorrect out of that. So accuracy becomes very important.
So when you're attempting mocks, try and divide your mocks try and experiment in March and April. You have a month to experiment. So every set of 5 or 10 mocks, you attempt different set of questions. I began with 80 to 85, 85 to 90, 90 to 95, and I kept switching for 2 months. And I realized that my score was the highest when I was attempting 90 plus.
When I did the test series, initially I could only attempt 45 questions, but I tried to get around 41 correct out of it. When I studied more and more and I revised, this number increased to 55, 65, 75. Like that it kept on increasing, but my accuracy was also reducing a little bit. So you have to strike that balance as per what your strengths and weaknesses are.
So in the last 3 months, I gave 3 months score to prelims. In the last 3 months, I attempted somewhere around 60 to 70 mocks. I am someone who studies at night till 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And during my first attempt, I didn't change the cycle. When I reached the center, and it took me 2 minutes to read the first question. My brain was that dead because it was used to of sleeping in the morning. It wasn't used to of being aware in the morning.
So I started preparing for the UPSC in 2015. That 2015 was my first attempt, and I could not clear 2015 because I did not solve a single test paper, and that was a mistake.
So I changed that strategy this time. I used to attempt, just like Anishad said, I used to attempt one question paper every day from 9:30 to 11:30. That's the timing, I think, in a condition where the fan was off, where the AC was off, because I realized that when there is no air conditioning or where there's no fan, you tire yourself, and it becomes all the more difficult for you to maintain your concentration for attempting 100 questions. And then you lose out on your concentration and you commit errors.
Then 2016, I corrected my mistake. I solved many test papers. I evaluated myself. I solved UPSC last year question papers also. So check the pattern of examination. How are they asking the preliminary questions as such? So I worked upon that. I cleared prelims.
And I think prelims examination is more like problem solving approach. ठीक है, आपके पास 4 ऑप्शन है. You are like the Sherlock Holmes. आपके पास 4 सस्पेक्ट है. You have to find out which suspect is most likely to be the criminal. यहाँ पे criminal हमारे नजर में या UPSC की नजर में. And you have to find that answer either by eliminating others. यार ये तो बहुत सीधा दिख रहा है, ये तो नहीं है, ये criminal. or if you know it, well and good.